Hey everyone, welcome back to Talk Smart English. I'm Paul.
And I'm Lena. Today we're diving into something that a lot of learners don't think about: training not just your brain, but also your mouth to actually speak English.
Exactly. You can memorize vocabulary and grammar all day long, but if your mouth isn't used to the sounds of English, speaking will always feel difficult.
That's why in this video, we'll share some simple and practical ways to get your brain thinking in English and your mouth comfortable producing the words.
Lena, you know something I've realized? Learning English isn't just about knowing grammar, rules, or memorizing big word lists. It's about training both your brain and your mouth.
That's so true. I've seen many students who can ace grammar tests, but when it comes to speaking, they get stuck. Their brain knows the rules, but their mouth just isn't ready.
Exactly. It's like going to the gym. Imagine watching hundreds of workout videos, but never lifting a single weight. You'll know the theory, but your muscles won't change.
Same thing with English. If you only study in silence, your tongue, lips, and even your brain stay in their comfort zone. They never learn how to move in English.
Right. And when you finally try to speak, your mouth feels stiff like it's wearing tight shoes.
I like that comparison. That's why I tell my students, learning English is not a spectator sport. You have to get your body involved.
You need to train like an athlete. Brain is your coach, mouth is your muscle, and practice is your gym. Why training the brain matters.
Let's dive deeper into the brain part first. Paul, what do you think is the #1 challenge learners face?
Without a doubt, translation. Most learners translate every sentence from their native language into English in their heads before speaking. That makes them slow and nervous.
Absolutely. It's like trying to use two maps at once. First, you check your own language, then you switch to English. By the time you find the words, the conversation has moved on.
Exactly. Imagine you're at a cafe and the waiter asks, "What would you like to drink?" If your brain goes, "Okay, in my language I would say," then translate. Now say it in English, it takes too long.
The smoother way is direct thinking. When you see an apple, your brain should just say apple, not seb. Apple or manzana, apple.
Right. And this is why input is so powerful. Reading, listening, surrounding yourself with English. The brain starts to recognize patterns naturally.
I remember when I was learning Spanish. At first, my brain was painfully slow. But after a few months of listening to Spanish radio every morning, I started to think in Spanish without noticing.
Same thing happened to me with German. At first, I built every sentence like Lego blocks, one piece at a time. Later, it flowed. That's when I realized my brain had finally accepted German as natural.
And once the brain accepts English as natural, speaking becomes smoother. Words come out faster, and confidence grows.
Why training the mouth matters. Now, the mouth part is where many people get frustrated. English has sounds that don't even exist in their native language.
Oh yes, the classic example is the th sound in words like think or this. People often replace it with s or d, so think becomes think, or this becomes dis.
Exactly. And that tiny change can cause confusion. Imagine saying, "I think so" instead of "I think so."
Another tricky sound is the R. In many languages, R is rolled or tapped, but in English, it's softer, like in river.
True. And some learners struggle with V and W. They say wary instead of very, or village instead of village.
The brain might know the word, but if the mouth hasn't practiced the sound, communication can break down.
That's why I always tell students you have to train your mouth like a singer trains their voice.
Or like a dancer trains their body. At first it feels awkward, but after repetition, your muscles remember the moves.
And eventually the sound comes out naturally without thinking. Practical brain training.
Let's share some brain training exercises. One of my favorites is thinking in English. From the moment you wake up, narrate your day in English.
Like, I'm brushing my teeth. I'm making coffee. I'm checking my phone. It doesn't matter how simple it is. The point is to create the habit.
Exactly. Don't wait until your English is perfect. Start with easy sentences. Over time, your brain will adjust.
Another great method is word association. If you learn the word sun, immediately connect it to bright, hot, yellow, morning. That way your brain builds a little network.
Yes. So instead of remembering just one word, you unlock a whole family of words.
I also recommend mini conversations in your head. Pretend you're ordering food. Say, "Hello, can I have a sandwich, please?" Then imagine the cashier saying, "Sure, would you like a drink with that?" And you answer.
That's powerful because you practice both sides of the conversation.
And reading is another brain workout. Even 10 minutes a day with an article or story helps.
But don't just read silently. Read some parts out loud. That way, the brain and the mouth train together.
Practical mouth training. Now let's move on to the mouth. My number one tip is shadowing.
Yes! For anyone who doesn't know, shadowing means listening to a short clip of a native speaker and repeating it instantly, like an echo.
Right. It's not just about words, it's about copying rhythm, tone, even pauses.
And the best part is, you can choose content you enjoy. A movie scene, a song lyrics, a podcast.
Another great exercise is tongue twisters. Try "She sells seashells by the seashore" or "Red lorry, yellow lorry."
Those force your tongue and lips to work harder, like a gym workout for your mouth.
Don't forget recording yourself. I know people hate hearing their voice, but it's powerful.
Because when you listen back, you catch mistakes you didn't feel while speaking. For example, maybe you thought you said ship, but it sounded like sheep. With practice, your mouth becomes flexible. It's like training your body for a marathon. You build stamina and control, overcoming fear. But Paul, let's be honest, even with practice, many learners freeze when speaking to real people.
True. The brain is trained. The mouth is ready, but the heart says, "No, I'll make mistakes."
I always tell learners, mistakes are not failures. They are evidence that you're learning.
Exactly. Think of kids. When children learn to talk, they make tons of mistakes, but nobody laughs at them. That's how they grow.
And the truth is, most native speakers don't care if your grammar is perfect. They care about understanding your message.
Right. If you say "Yesterday I go market," people still understand you. It's not perfect, but communication happens.
Confidence grows from small victories. Start by saying short sentences, then build up.
Another tip, practice with safe people first. Maybe a friend who's also learning, or an online partner.
And celebrate your progress. Even if you manage a 30-second conversation, that's a success.
The more you speak, the less scary it becomes. Fear disappears with experience. Daily routine for training brain and mouth. Let's design a sample daily routine for learners.
Okay. Morning. While brushing your teeth or making breakfast, narrate what you're doing in English.
Afternoon. Listen to a short podcast or YouTube video, then shadow it for 5 minutes.
Evening. Write a short journal entry in English, even just 3 sentences. Then read it out loud.
And before bed, review 3 or 4 new words. Make a mini story with them. For example, with dog, park sunny, run, you can say. The dog runs in the park on a sunny day.
That's simple but powerful. And if you repeat this routine daily, your brain and mouth stay active in English.
It doesn't take hours, just 20 to 30 minutes spread through the day.
Consistency is the secret. Small steps every day beat one big step once a month.
Wrapping up. So to sum it up, train your brain to think in English and train your mouth to produce English sounds.
Do both, and you'll notice real improvement. Your thoughts get faster. Your speech gets clearer.
And remember, it's not about perfection. It's about progress.
Exactly. So, friends, if you're serious about improving, start training today. Don't just study English. Use it with your brain and mouth.
And don't be afraid to sound silly at first. Awkward practice is better than silent perfection.
The more you speak, the more natural it becomes.
You're not just learning English, you're living it.
And if you keep training both your brain and mouth every day, English will soon feel like second nature.